Wait, before you get into this video, I want to call your attention to the fact that this is a very special week. It is the week leading up to Percy Jackson's birthday, and to celebrate, I am uploading a video every day, Sunday through Saturday. But they are not all going to be on this channel. If you didn't know, I run 4 channels. One of them will be on my vlog channel, one of them will be on my booktube channel, 2 of them will be on my lifestyle channel, and the last 3 will be here. As a matter of fact, the one uploaded to my lifestyle channel was up yesterday, so go check that out if you are interested. Okay, now carry on with the rest of the video. Hey, it's Liz, and it's Monday, and we're back on my phone, and yep, Percy Jackson's birthday is coming up this weekend. Every year so far, I have done at least something to celebrate it, whether that be wearing all blue, some sort of baking, though usually, I will admit, it's wearing all blue. But because it's on a Saturday, it set me up perfectly to upload a video every day this week. How fun is that? And you know, if you were thinking that this year would be any different from previous years, you're wrong. What, just because I'm an adult means I'm supposed to let go of this? Come on. For my second video in this week-long series, I will be going through all of the books from The Lightning Thief to Blood of Olympus and ways in which they have affected my life. I think that I kind of made this video a couple of years ago, except it was back when I had no structure, was very rambly, and I'm pretty sure that at least half of it was actually about the fact it was being uploaded on Abby's birthday. Love you, Abby. Without further ado, The Lightning Thief. I talked about this one in a video earlier this year when I talked about why I still love Percy Jackson, and this was the focus of that video. When Percy's story begins, he and his mom are in an extremely toxic household, and reading that as a small child was something vaguely familiar, and to see Percy and his mom finally be removed from that situation and be able to live their lives, and to see Sally going on to do the things with her life she wanted to do, and Percy to, you know, well, he kind of got batted around by the gods, didn't he? But still, it was getting out of that particular situation. And that, to me as a child, was like a symbol of hope, that things don't always have to be that way. And, you know, I mean, here I am, doing things and being who I am because situations ended, and that hope paid off. Sea of Monsters. A big conversation between Percy and Annabeth in this book was about their fatal flaws, and Annabeth discovering that hers is hubris, where you believe that you are the one who can fix everything. And even though I was like 8, I thought a lot about the concept of a fatal flaw, and if I have one, what is it? And I think that it's really important to be self-aware, and to be such a self-aware 8-year-old is something. But to constantly think, what is the one thing that gets in your way? What is your big flaw? What will always kind of be hindering you from reaching what you need to reach? The awareness of that has helped me to get as far as I've gotten in life, mostly avoiding those things. The Titan's Curse. Throughout this book, I fell madly in love with Zoe Nightshade and Artemis, and would often daydream about being a huntress of Artemis, and this led to an intense love of space. I just would look at the stars and think about what I was reading and think like, yeah, that's really cool. As a matter of fact, I loved Zoe Nightshade so much that I named my dog after her. I mean, who doesn't kind of a little bit want to be a huntress? Because, you know, bows and arrows, and Artemis, and stars. It's all so nice. And, you know, in hindsight, it all kind of makes sense, the whole giving up boys thing and all of that, given that I'm, you know, sapphic ace. Battle of the Labyrinth. This is the specific book that triggered my intense love of mythology. It inspired me to do my own research and eventually start writing my own fanfiction, where I bring in even more mythology than is discussed in the books because I just love it that much. It got to the point where this past school year, for my last year of high school, I took a mythology class, which I, you know, aced with over 100%. The Last Olympian. Finally getting to explore Luke Castellan's past and see where he's coming from and why he made the decisions that he made sort of reminded me to be careful when it came to letting past experiences dictate my future actions. You can let all of this bitterness well up inside of you, but at the end of the day, you're the person you're going to destroy. And it's never going to achieve what you want it to achieve. So now when I find myself being controlled by feelings of fear or anger that are making me act a certain way because of something that happened in my past, I have to remind myself that the past is not me and I make my own future. The Lost Hero. I'm not going to lie, I didn't originally love this book and it still isn't one of my favorites, but it taught me that everything changes and new people will come into your life and you will eventually learn to accept them and, you know, maybe even love them, like Leo Valdez, who I adore. The Son of Neptune. I think the best thing I can say I took away from this book is what true love looks like. Even Hera could not remove Annabeth from Percy's memory after taking away even his own identity from him. She was the one thing he remembered. And like, everything about Percy and Annabeth is just true love, and I love that. Mark of Athena. This is about the point in the series where you realize that the gods are bad parents, and I think a lot of the earlier series, some of the demigods kind of felt like they owed their parents something, like they were trying to impress them. But watching what Annabeth went through following through this quest for her mother, who was currently being torn apart by her Roman and Greek side, reminds me that, like, when someone treats you like garbage, no matter their position in your life, you don't owe them anything. House of Hades. This book came out, no pun intended, when I was in the beginning of my 8th grade year, and that was when I was starting to go through, I think, most of my identity crises. And this was also the book where Nico was oh so rudely ripped out of the closet by Eros. And my heart just completely broke for him in that scene. Especially the fact that it was being told through Jason's perspective and he didn't even get to have that moment to himself. On top of that, I remember just how proud I was of him and how much I wanted him to know that what he was doing was really brave and that I loved him so much and that he was so strong for getting through this. And then I had to turn around and learn how to say all of those things to me too. And I'm only just starting to believe that. Blood of Olympus. I learned that all good things eventually do have to end, even if it's not as you anticipated them to end. I also learned that I'm Cilantro Trash #1, the whole series, and Uncle Rick himself. Rick Riordan and his books were like the big inspiration for me. They are why I started writing, and after rereading a few of them a few days ago, they helped me to continue writing when I haven't been feeling it that much. I think about the way that his stories have affected me and how they have changed my life and my perspective of life and the way that I look at myself in the world, and I think I want to do that for someone. I want to be the person who writes a character that they relate to and their love for that character teaches them love for themselves. And I want to be the person who writes a story that gives someone hope when they're feeling completely hopeless. I want to be able to do that because that is the power of books, and Rick has used his power of books for good. And I adore him, I adore his stories, and it makes me hope that someday I can make that kind of change for people with my own writing. I love these books so much, and it all started with Percy. Sorry if that got a little bit emotional. I love these books, and I feel like every time I talk about them, I get close to tears. It happens. But anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below if these books have impacted you in any significant way. I would love to hear about it because, you know, that's the beauty of books. They all affect us in slightly different ways. you can follow me in the links in the description box below, and be sure to check out my other 3 channels so that you know when a new Percy themed video is uploaded throughout the week. Be a bro, share this video with another demigod bro, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe because I make new videos every Monday.